So let's get right into it. What really happens inside your body, I mean, specifically to your kidneys, when you just stop eating sugar for 30 days? We're about to walk through the day-by-day repair process. And trust me, some of these changes are going to absolutely blow your mind. And we're going to start with this quote. Now, this isn't just for shock value, it's pulled directly from a major clinical study. It paints a pretty brutal, but honestly a very accurate picture of what sugar is doing to the incredibly delicate filtering system inside your kidneys. Let's look at the data that backs that up. A study in the clinical journal of the American Society of Nephrology looked at over 9,000 people, and what they found was genuinely terrifying. People drinking just 2 or more sugary drinks a day had a massively higher risk of damaging their kidneys. They were just overloading the entire system.
And this specific kind of damage, well, it has a name, albuminuria. That's the technical term for what's happening when those filters get, well, punched through, and they start leaking vital protein out of your body and into your urine. It's one of the biggest warning signs that your kidneys are really in trouble.
But here's the good news, and it's really good news. That damage, it isn't always permanent. Your body has this incredible ability to heal itself if you just get out of its way and remove the thing that's causing the problem. So let's start the clock on a 30-day journey of repair. Here's our roadmap for the next month. You're going to see how in just the first few days, the floodgates literally open. By the end of week 1, inflammation starts to plummet. At that 2-week mark, deep healing really kicks into gear. Week 3, nerves start reconnecting. And by day 30, you are looking at a fundamentally different system. Okay, the first 72 hours, I'm not going to lie, it can be tough. Your insulin levels are going to crash, which is great, but that tells your kidneys to open the floodgates and release all this retained sodium and water. You'll lose a ton of water weight, but don't get it twisted, that's not fat. That's inflammation fluid your body was holding on to. You might get some headaches, feel a bit tired. That's the sugar withdrawal. You just have to push through it. And this is why you hang in there. Sugar is like rust forming on a car. It's incredibly inflammatory. By taking it away, you stop that rusting process. And for the first time, maybe in years, those microscopic filtering units in your kidneys finally get a break from that constant day in, day out assault. By day 7, you really start to see and feel the magic. You know that puffiness you might get under your eyes or in your ankles? It starts to vanish. And why is that? Because your arteries, which were made all rigid and stiff by sugar, can finally relax and become more flexible. This helps them expand, which allows your blood pressure to start coming back down to normal. Your kidneys can finally breathe. All right, let's jump to the 2-week mark because this is where the progress really starts to build. This is where your body makes a huge metabolic shift and kicks off a deep internal cleaning process. By this point, you've totally switched fuel sources. You're not running on that dirty, clunky diesel fuel, sugar, anymore. You're now running on ketones, which come from fat. And here's a wild fact a lot of people don't know. Your kidneys actually prefer running on ketones. It's like you've upgraded them from diesel to clean, super efficient electric power. And this fuel switch, it triggers one of the most powerful processes in the human body, autophagy. It literally means self-eating, which sounds a little weird, right? But it's your body's ultimate anti-aging and repair mechanism. Your system goes on a search and destroy mission for damaged proteins and gummed up cells in your kidneys and says, nope, this is garbage, let's recycle it. This is where true regeneration begins. Now, by week 3, something else pretty cool happens. You might start to notice that you're sleeping all the way through the night without having to get up to use the bathroom. That's because the autonomic nerves that control your bladder, which get really damaged by high sugar, are starting to heal. That connection between your brain and your bladder gets clearer, and your sleep quality just skyrockets. So, after all this, what's the big payoff at day 30? Well, your GFR will likely have improved. GFR stands for glomerular filtration rate, which is just the main measurement of how well your kidneys are doing their job of filtering waste. Think of it as their report card. Plus, you've basically shut down the primary cause of kidney stones. High insulin makes your urine more acidic, which lets stones form. Quit sugar, and that whole process can just stop in its tracks. So your body is doing all this incredible work automatically. But you can actually help it along. You can actively fuel this repair process to make it even more powerful. Let's look at the toolkit you're going to need. First, you want to flood your body with potassium. We're talking about 4,700 milligrams a day, mostly from leafy greens like spinach and kale. This helps balance out sodium and lowers blood pressure. Second, Flush the whole system with lemon water and apple cider vinegar. The citrate in them is amazing for preventing stones. And third, and this is a big one, change when you eat. Give your kidneys a 16 to 20-hour break each day so they can focus on cleaning house, not filtering a new meal.
Okay, so we know you're losing a lot of water in that first week. The obvious answer to stay hydrated is just drink a ton of plain water, right? Makes sense.
Wrong. And this is so, so important. Please do not do that. This is a critical safety warning. When your body flushes all that water out, it's also dumping critical electrolytes like sodium. If you then chug a bunch of plain, dry water, you dilute the electrolytes in your blood even more, and that can be really dangerous. The condition is called hyponatremia. You absolutely have to add electrolytes back in. Just a pinch of sea salt or Himalayan pink salt in your water is all it takes to stay safe. One last thing to clear up, what about protein? We've all been told that protein is bad for the kidneys. Well, the truth is a little more nuanced. Low-quality, processed, grain-fed protein? Yeah, that's hard on the system. But high-quality, grass-fed protein in moderation is absolutely essential. It provides the literal building blocks for all this repair we've been talking about. And all of that brings us to the payoff. After 30 days of taking out the bad stuff and actively supporting the good stuff, what is the ultimate transformation? I just love this analogy. Your body is a self-cleaning oven. It is perfectly designed to heal itself. But it can only run that cleaning cycle if you stop throwing things like sugar in there that just melt into a toxic mess on the bottom. Give it 30 days. You stop putting the junk in, the fog lifts, the swelling vanishes, and the real healing can finally begin. Your kidneys are so resilient. They are so forgiving. But they are not invincible. So after seeing this entire journey of repair laid out, the only real question left is, what are you going to do in the next 30 days?